What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is skycedi, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. Many of you guys who have been watching my recent videos probably have been noticing a special someone that's been appearing in the videos a lot, and I thought it'd be a good idea to actually invite that special someone on a first date so that you guys can get to know her a little bit better. So today we're going to have a first date. For today's occasion, I actually prepared us some wine.
Thank you.
No problem.
I see you got the finest wine in the country.
Yes, from the Peony Jar.
Cheers.
I want to take the time to get to know you a little bit. All right, so I'll ask the first question. How about that?
Okay.
Okay, where are you from?
Okay. Why are you so weird all of a sudden?
I don't know. So where are you from? So, where are you from?
I'm from everywhere and nowhere. I grew up in a military family. So my dad is from the United States, my mom is from Korea, and we just kind of moved around a lot when I was growing up. So when people ask me where are you from, I'm not really sure what to say. I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay. Oh, well, obviously you are very beautiful. I remember, actually, it was not the first time that we met, because we actually met at a birthday party for a mutual friend for their son. And you had approached me because you had recognized that I was half Korean.
Yes.
Right? And so
I got you when your hands were full. Literally, he was at the
That's
buffet.
true.
So I waited till your hands were full of food, and then I was like, I see your hands are full. Let me save your number on my phone. That way I could be the one in charge.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, but it wasn't because like I was attracted to you. It was just because you were Halfie.
True, true.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I literally just wanted to eat, right? I was at the line trying to get my food, and that's all I cared about. But I did recognize that you were cute, but that was it. So we exchanged information, and I think we were connected for maybe 2 months. And you had hosted a party in December, a Christmas party. And that was the moment where, towards the end of the party, I found you in the corner because things were wrapping up, and I just wanted to talk to you just to make it formal. And I don't know what happened. I just like kind of what's the word? I got like googly eyes.
Googly eyes.
No, I don't know what happened. And so that was the moment where I was like, wow, I think I have a crush.
It's so funny. I distinctly remember that moment because I had worked very hard for this party, and finally it was like done. You know, everyone was mingling among themselves, people were getting ready to leave, and I was like, okay, no. I was literally in the corner. I had like one glass of wine, and I was in the corner.
Dancing or something
and
by
I was
yourself.
dancing by myself. I felt you approaching, and I was like, no. But you were interesting, and you dressed nicely, and I thought,
thank you.
You know what? Actually, I will continue talking to you.
Yeah, so that was like the initial time where I was like, okay, I think I'm attracted to this girl. And I'd been following you on Instagram, kind of seeing what you were about. And so that was the moment where I was like, okay, I'm into her. And actually, one of my homeboys, I was actually staying with him that night. And I was like, yo, I think I have feelings for this girl. And so you know who you are. And so from that point forward, I was like, okay, I want to get to know this girl, and I eventually want to ask her out. So that's how that happened.
That's how it all happened.
Yeah.
I was gonna thought you would say why you asked me out on this date.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I thought it was gonna be like, so that you can get to know her. But we went on a long journey.
So what do you actually do here in Korea? How long have you been here, and what do you do?
I think I've been here like 7 years now. Well, I'm a signed model, a magazine editor, the digital media director. I also do voice acting. What else do I do? I also am a singer. I also
Halfie project?
I do the Halfie project, and that's a YouTube channel basically documenting and researching and sharing the stories and histories of mixed Koreans. And that's why I tried to get you at the very beginning. He was my very first interview.
Makes sense.
For the channel.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yo, we're gonna link that video like right up here,
it's
so
funny.
just check it out.
Who is the most interesting person you've ever met?
He's a business owner, and he is like a workaholic. He was very interesting because every time you talk to him, it's always about business, and he's always like protective of his time and things like that. So that was very interesting for me because I adapted a lot of, I guess, like his mindsets into like how I run my life and my businesses now as well.
That doesn't sound very interesting.
I know.
This is good too.
Thanks.
I listen to podcasts, and sometimes I like to try to get inspiration from things. So sometimes that will mean just like walking around. I'll walk around, I'll look at people. I also listen to just a lot of music, and I call my friends. Yeah, that's what I do in my free time. Okay, I have one for you.
I really like super sappy like love stories. What would traditionally be known as like the girly movies.
Like what? Like you cried
like
at...
Mean Girls or something.
You should really watch When Harry Met Sally though. That is, I think, the epitome of the best rom-com ever.
I'll do it. Oh wow. I think what I would do is I would set aside 500 to go shopping for clothes.
Only 500?
Yeah, only 500. Another 500 for food. I'll just go crazy for like a week. So with the 9,000, what I would do is I would actually invest that portion of the money, and I would put that into
all 9,000?
Yeah. And I would probably invest it into real estate initially as a private lender. I would just invest that with some real estate investors that I know, and just over time grow that money. And then, yeah, I just want that money to make money. All right. So, but
I would do that.
You're very giving with your money.
I think I don't value, I value money, but I learned a very valuable lesson from one of my best friends. And because she's a very giving person, she's extremely generous, her whole family's extremely generous, and I was very stingy at that time. Without even realizing, I was just very stingy. And I remember we went out to eat one evening, and I said like, hey, I don't have enough money to cover all the costs. I said I only have so much money in cash. And she's like, being generous, she said, it's okay, I'll just cover it. I was like, okay. And she flipped out on me. She said, you know what? I have paid for so many of your meals because of that excuse. Instead, what you should say is, I will cover the portion I can cover. Give what you have, and then I will cover the rest because I'm your friend.
So that would be close to 2060. Oh my goodness. I think people will be nostalgic about just being able to, I don't know, go outside and enjoy like nature, going to the park and then like going to the river and stuff like that. Because I feel like in the future, people are gonna spend a lot of time indoors.
Oh, I see.
Because of technology.
Really?
I guess so, yeah. I mean, people are gonna be like on computers or creating computers.
Well, I think it's gonna be something like Wakanda.
Yeah?
Yeah. Honestly, I think Wakanda is like the dream world, like of the future.
I don't know.
Because it's just perfect.
I didn't watch it. Are you enjoying this date so far?
This is very fun.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is actually
That's a good
reminiscent
sign.
of our real first dates.
It
Because we actually did talk about these kind of things.
We did, and we would talk for hours and hours. Sorry.
We started talking at like 11 a.m. and then I checked the time and it was 4.
Yeah. Where would you go and why?
This is a very complicated question. So am I assuming that I'm going back to that time with the mindset of the people at that time or with my mindset of today?
Let's say with the mindset of today.
Then, very hard. Very hard
I already know
question.
which one I would go back to.
Really?
I would go back to, I want to say the 60s.
Why?
Like 50s, well, probably 60s. Because I want to go back to the time where like my dad was a teenager / young adult and see how he lived his life. And I want to see how that atmosphere is.
Sure,
You know what I mean?
that would be
Especially with how racial tensions were back then. Like that would be like, I think very eye-opening for me to see.
Okay, well that was a great answer. So that was a question for me though.
I know, so
I'm just kidding. That was very nice.
I really wanted to answer that though.
No, I can see. Obviously,
Okay.
you ask the questions like you want to know and talk about.
But if you change stuff in the past, you know that's gonna like totally mess up the future. Or it can make it better, right? There's
That's
that
true.
whole-
Well,
yeah.
you know, there's different philosophies
It's
about
risky.
time travel. There's the one stream of time where you go back and then if you disrupt it, then it like ripples effects and changes into
I believe
something
that.
else. But then there's another one, which I don't remember what movie. The Avengers Endgame. It kind of plays along with that. Where, for example, maybe I shouldn't say this is a spoiler. Well, someone goes back in time and totally changes things. But back in time and changed his own life, everyone else's life continued the same as it was in their stream. So in which case, it talks about parallel reality where, you know, it's like separate streams happening. So your effect in the past is not going to change everything else, as in they're not all having like these butterfly ripple effects.
Right. And that's it. who would you choose?
Okay, we need some variety here. That's the thing. You need variety and someone with a very large repertoire.
Okay.
Then, in that case, Michael Bublé would be one.
Okay.
The Beatles?
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe the Beatles. That's true. I go on a Beatle kick. And they have a lot of stuff.
Right.
I guess. I don't know. How about this? How about you guess and I will say if that's yes or no.
What?
You know, after I met you and you introduced me to Michael Jackson, I became a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So would that be the third?
That might be the third, honestly.
Yes. Oh. I think it's gonna be...
You can get creative, by the way.
Yeah? Over a fancy dinner, overlooking the city of Seoul at night, with a glass of wine, some super expensive chicken or something, I don't know. And... oh, wait, no, scratch that. Our second date, it's an 10-second date, but we're gonna go to America.
Oh.
Flying to America, and we're gonna take a road trip.
Oh.
Okay, and so we're gonna take probably about a month. It's a long date. We're gonna take a month and just hit all the major points of interest that we want to hit. So we'll definitely go to like our hometowns, right? And you have several of them. And then we'll introduce each other to where we grew up and learn more about each other that way.
Oh.
And you know, we'll hit like other cities along the way and just have fun and experience the US and then see how we are on a road trip.
Yeah. You know what they say, after the first date, you're ready for a road trip.
Yeah.
I think it
That would
sounds
be
nice.
cool.
That would be fun.
I think that'd be cool.
I feel like I've gotten to know you a lot better on this first date.
Really? Same
Yes.
here.
Before you were a stranger.
Yes.
Now you are a companion.
Companion. I just been friend zoned. Dang it. All right, guys, I hope that you enjoyed that first date and you got to know Becky a little bit more as well as myself. And be on the lookout because Becky's going to be a more active part of this channel. We're going to do a lot of videos together and we have some really cool plans. And so we think you're going to like it. And also because she is half Korean, I'm half Korean, we're going to be talking a lot about the half Korean experience and also the stories of others as well. So be on the lookout for that. Guys, remember to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already and give this video a like and share it as well. And we'll see you guys in the next video. And remember to always seize
the day. Peace.
and remember to always
Well, I was gonna lip sync it.
Oh, okay.
Do I have to do it? Okay, ready, let's say it. 1, 2, 3. Dave the I'm just kidding.
To always seize
Dave
the
the
day. What is going on? We'll just all right, let's just kind of like do it again.
Okay, you're nervous.
Okay, here we go. And remember to always seize the day.
Seize the day.
Peace.
Peace.